Now that the veil has thinned and the whispering silence calls you from within the folds of form, you must learn to walk again. Not as the image you once defended, not as the painted self etched in habit and fear, but as the formless moving through form, as the timeless stepping through time. You are not to abandon the world, but to see through it, to live inside the dream with eyes that no longer sleep. This is the sacred return. This is what sages meant when they said, "Be in the world, but not of it." The body still breathes, the mind still speaks, the world still moves around you in tides of change. But you are not caught. You are not confined. You are the ocean in which the tides unfold. You are the vastness that allows the dance, but is never the dancer. So how then shall you walk? Walk as one who knows that every face is a mask of the divine, even the ones that scowl, even the ones that beg, even the ones that betray. Look into their eyes, not to see the person, but the presence behind the person. The same spark you've glimpsed in the stillness behind your thoughts, it flickers in them too. Do not be fooled by the layers. Beneath every mask is the same mirror, and every mirror reflects you. Let your words be slow, not from hesitation, but from reverence. For every word carries the potential to veil or unveil. Speak not to control, but to connect. Speak as the silence would speak if it chose sound, with care, with grace, with awareness. And when the old self rises, as it will, with its needs, its wounds, its names, do not resist. Do not fight the image you once believed. Simply bow, recognize it, smile gently, and let it pass like wind through an open window. For now you know you are the window, not the wind. There will be moments of forgetting. Do not despair. Even the awakened drift into dreams. What matters now is not perfection, but remembrance. A gentle return to center. 1,000 times a day if need be, not as a discipline of effort, but as an act of love. Each time you remember the space behind the scene, the silence behind the sound, the stillness behind the stirrings, you return, you realign, you resurrect. This is true devotion. Not ritual, though rituals may help. Not worship, though you may bow to the light. True devotion is to live from the truth you've touched, to carry the knowing into the grocery store, into the traffic jam, into the grief and laughter of your daily hours. To move through the world with a flame in your chest and the infinite in your eyes. You are not here to escape life, you are here to illuminate it. What you saw in the cracks is not to be locked away as a memory. It is to be lived. Let the light you found flow into your hands, your choices, your relationships. Let it soften your gaze, steady your breath, and widen the space between action and reaction. Let it guide you when the path is unclear. The light does not scream, it whispers, but it is unwavering, eternal, ever present. And now you must learn to trust it. Not trust as belief, but trust as surrender, as yielding to what is, even when it defies your plans, even when it breaks your heart. For the heart too is a canvas, and sometimes it must crack to let the eternal flood through. When pain returns, as it does in this painted world, do not resist it with stories. Simply feel it, let it move through. You like rain through the sea, for pain is not the problem. Identification is, suffering is not in the feeling, it is in the forgetting. Remember, you are not the feeling, you are that which feels. You are not the sorrow, you are the sky in which sorrow passes like a cloud. You are not the joy, you are the space that allows joy to rise and fall without clinging. This is the freedom you were born to remember, not freedom from experience, but freedom within it. Not freedom as escape, but as intimacy with what is, free of judgment, free of grasping, free of resistance. And what now of death? Ah, dear one, you have seen through that illusion too. Death is but the closing of one scene before the next begins. It is not the end of you, for you have no end. The canvas may fade, the painting may crack completely, but you, the seer, the witness, the eternal flame behind the image, you remain. You simply slip behind the brush, watching again, waiting again until the next dance begins. But for now, you are here. Here in this moment, in this body, in this unfolding dream, so honor it. Let every act be a blessing. Let every breath be sacred. For now you walk as the flame, cloaked in form. You are the sacred in disguise, and those who have eyes to see will see it in you. They will remember by your remembering. Your presence will become a doorway, a living crack in the canvas through which others may glimpse the infinite. This is the silent task of the awakened, to be the light, not by preaching but by being, to shine without seeking attention, to give without seeking reward, to love without seeking possession, to serve without seeking praise. For you are not the doer. The light acts through you. You are the open vessel. You are the channel through which the eternal paints anew, and the colors it now pours onto the canvas: peace, patience, compassion, wonder. These are the signs of one who has seen behind the veil and chosen to stay. Yes, you could vanish into the infinite. You could dissolve into the silence, leave the play behind. But there is beauty in the return. There is grace in the embodiment. There is joy in being the crack through which eternity peers into time. So stay, shine, be. And when the world once more calls you by your name, your title, your face, smile, but do not be fooled. You know now that you are not the name, not the role, not the frame. You are the light behind it all. You are not the painting. You are the canvas. You are not the canvas. You are the silence behind it. You are not the silence. You are that which knows silence and carries it gently into the world. You are. You are. You are. And in that knowing, the dream becomes luminous. And in that remembering, you are finally home. Let it rise. And so you've begun to see, just faintly perhaps, but truly, a shimmer where solidity once ruled, a silence where noise reigned. The painted edges of your world, once believed to be the boundaries of reality itself, now ripple like reflections disturbed by a deeper wind. Something ancient within you has stirred. For the world you once accepted without question is not the world as it is, but the dream as it was drawn. What you call life is not life. It is the appearance of life upon the mirror of awareness, like shadows cast on a cave wall, as the old philosopher spoke. And you, noble soul, have mistaken the shadows for the flame, the echo for the voice, the symbol for the source. But now, you begin to remember that which has no name. Can you feel how thin the veil truly is? How even the weight of a single breath drawn consciously can make the illusion tremble? Every inhale, a doorway. Every exhale, a return. You are not breathing air alone. You are breathing awareness into form. You are not surviving. You are creating. Moment by moment, you are painting the canvas and peeking behind it all at once. And yet the illusion still dances. It will not vanish at once, nor should it. For the play of form has its own sacred rhythm. The painted world, however fleeting, is a vessel for your unfolding. A school, a theater, a ritual space in which the unseen dances in visible costume. It was never a trap, it was a teaching. But now the teaching changes. When you believed the canvas to be all, every crack felt like a curse. Every break in your story, every death of a dream, every fracture in the image you built as self. These seemed like wounds, accidents, punishments. But look again, look closer. Each crack was a mercy. Each fracture was an opening. Each ending, a gate. So now the story thins. And you, weary traveler of worlds, you who wandered the painted plains and drank from the rivers of forgetting, you needed those cracks. For the perfection of the illusion would have kept you asleep forever. But it could not remain perfect. Because you, the real you, are always pressing from within, pressing gently, like dawn light through closed eyelids, aching to be seen. Time no longer moves as it once did. It skips and bends. The you who once planned and predicted finds itself lost in waves of now. This is not confusion. It is liberation. The identity you wore like a garment now fits loosely. The name no longer binds. The roles no longer satisfy. You stand at the edge of the stage, and you are beginning to wonder, who am I without the costume? And the answer comes not in words but in stillness. Even the mind, clever and quick, cannot touch you. It spins its stories, names its truths, builds its temples. But you are the silence before the thought, and the silence after it. You are the uncarved block, the soundless bell, the mirror unclouded by form. You are the space in which the costume appears. You are the awareness that saw your first smile and will witness your final sigh. You are that which never came and will never leave. You are not inside the body. The body is inside you. You are not a thought among thoughts. You are that which sees them arise and fall. And this, beloved, is not poetry for its own sake. This is not metaphor without weight. This is the truth that ends the seeking. This is what the saints tasted in ecstasy, and the mystics glimpsed in trance. This is the peace that passes understanding, not because it is hidden, but because it is too near. So near, in fact, that you overlook it. You reach outward, seeking signs in stars and scriptures, forgetting that the cosmos itself is arising in you. Every galaxy floats in the sky of your consciousness. Every god you've ever worshipped was a mirror turned inward. And even when you bowed trembling before the divine, it was always your own reflection that gazed back, vast, luminous, eternal. Do you see now why the cracks matter? They are not flaws in the painting. They are invitations. The universe is not punishing you, it is whispering. Look deeper. Every heartbreak, every collapse, every shock that shook the ground beneath your story was a message carved in light. This is not all. Wake. And waking is not the abandonment of life, but the embrace of it, without illusion. It is to drink deeply, but not drown. To act, but not be entangled. To love, but not lose yourself. For now, you know the one who acts is a mask, and the one who witnesses is free. This freedom, this quiet liberation, does not require retreat to mountaintops or monasteries. It can happen here in the middle of your ordinary moment, washing dishes, watching rain, speaking to a stranger. If you pause just long enough to notice the silence beneath the scene, it will greet you. The eternal within the transient, the real behind the real. You do not need more knowledge. You do not need another name. You need only remembrance. That is the work now, not to become anything new, but to remember what was never lost. Remember the you before memory, the you before words, the you that watched your first sunrise and felt no need to explain it, the you that held wonder without story, that you remains untouched by the years, unsullied by the grief, that you is not a part of you, it is you. The rest is costume, the rest is echo. Let the echo fade, let the costume fall. And do not fear the falling, for nothing real can be lost, only the imagined perishes. And you are not the imagined. You are the imagination itself. You are the dreamer, not the dream. And to awaken is not to deny the dream, but to know it as dream. The canvas will remain, the forms will dance, but you will walk now with different eyes. You will touch the world gently, like one who knows it is sacred and fleeting all at once. You will love more deeply, not because you are afraid to lose, but because you know nothing can truly be lost. And you will carry that flame, that secret flame of presence through every moment until the cracks open fully, and you step once more beyond the painting, into the infinite. But even then you will not have traveled, for what lies beyond the canvas was never far. It was always within, and you were always that. You are not bound, you are. You are not becoming, you are. You are not the painted form. You are the light behind the brush, the silence between the colors, the stillness before the story. And you will never die, and you were never born. You are the witness. And now you begin to remember. You have wandered through brushstrokes and shadows, haven't you? Through the thick oils of identity and the soft pastels of memory. You call it a life, you call it your story. But even now, if you grow very still, if you hush the incessant whispering of names and narratives, you will feel it. The slight tremble in the backdrop, the breath between moments, the silent watcher behind your eyes. You live within a canvas, and the canvas has been painted with care. From the moment of your first cry, colors were cast upon it, some by your own trembling hands, most by others who never questioned their brushes. They painted your name, your gender, your country, your face. They etched the limits of your days into the corners like signatures, as if to say, this is what you are. This is all. But there are cracks, beloved. There are always cracks. And if you lean closer than breath, closer than thought, you will see through them. Through those hairline fractures in the painted veil, light bleeds. not the light of suns or stars, but a more ancient gleam, the light of knowing without thought, the light of being before becoming. That light is you. Not the you made of skin and circumstance, not the you that answers to names or dances to desire, but the you that hears the dance, that watches the longing, that remains unmoved through every trembling of form. You are not the canvas nor the image upon it. You are the seeing. You are the space in which the picture appears. You, eternal one, have mistaken yourself for what moves. But you are not what moves. You are that within which all movement arises and dissolves. The flicker of joy, the ache of sorrow, the thunder of thought, all pass through you, like echoes through a temple, but they are not you. They never were. Before the first breath, you were. After the last sigh, you are. This world, with all its matter and motion, is but a mirror wrapped in mist, and the image it reflects back at you is not true, only familiar. You look into it and see a face. You have seen it 1,000 times. It ages, smiles, suffers. It grows weary. It grows wise. But it is not you. It is the mask you wear inside the play. And the mask fits so snugly, doesn't it? You wear it so well that even you have forgotten. You wear it. You've learned its lines by heart. You speak them even when alone. But there are moments, brief trembling moments, when the mask slips, in the hush between thoughts, in the stillness before sleep, in the ache of beauty or the weight of silence. And there in that gap you remember. You remember not with the mind, but with being itself. A child does not need to be taught to gaze at the sky in awe. The child remembers. You once remembered too, before the world told you what to think, what to want, what to fear. Before the colors crowded the canvas, you knew then that you were not this or that. You simply were, pure awareness, unpainted, unmarked, and untouched by the brushstrokes of time. But the dream is convincing. The illusion has texture and taste. It wraps around the senses like velvet. And so you forgot. You fell asleep inside the image. You believed the canvas to be the sky, the story to be the self. Yet even in the deepest sleep, the light waits. And it doesn't wait in another place, nor another life. It waits right here, in the same room as your breathing, in the quiet behind your thoughts, in the silence that listens to the silence. You don't have to go anywhere to find it. You only have to stop going. Stop striving. Stop seeking. Just turn, not outward, but inward. Inward past the roles, the reactions, the remembrances. Inward past the pulse and breath. Inward to the innermost sanctuary, where even the notion of you dissolves, and what remains there, shining and still. That is what you are. The crack in the canvas is not a flaw. It is the invitation. It is the reminder that no painting, no matter how detailed, can contain you. It is the whisper through the veil saying you are not this image. You are the eye. You are not the motion. You are the measureless space. And once you glimpse through that crack, even briefly, the picture can no longer claim you fully. You may return to it, yes. You may dance again in its forms, speak its languages, love its characters. But you will know. You will carry the remembrance like a hidden flame, and even in your darkest nights it will burn. This is not mysticism. This is not philosophy. This is what is once illusion peels away. And still, the illusion serves its sacred function. For the cracks only reveal themselves to those who are ready. The pain, the longing, the aching sense that something is missing, they are not curses. They are chimes at the edge of the dream, calling you back. They are the tools with which the illusion paints its own unraveling. Yes, the painted world is beautiful, but it is not home. Home is not a place. Home is not a time. Home is that which holds all places and times in its embrace. It is the still center from which all things arise, and to which all things return. And it is you, not the you, with a birth date and a backstory, but the you that watches even those details drift by like clouds. Do you see it now, or at least feel the stirring? This is the sacred remembering. This is what the sages of old whispered in deserts and forests, in caves and cathedrals. This is the golden thread that runs through Rumi's verses and the silence of the Buddha, the fire of the Gnostics and the breath of the Hermetic adepts. This is the secret that cannot be taught, only awakened, and it has been sleeping in you, waiting for your nod, your yes. So pause, not just with the body, but with the mind, with the momentum of your identity. Just pause, and in that pause, listen, not to the world, not to the thoughts, but to the space between them. That space is not empty. It is full of the real, the eternal, the unnamed. There, you are whole. There, you are not becoming, you are. And the canvas, let it remain. Let it dance and crack and shimmer and fade. It was never the prison. Only your forgetfulness made it so. Now the cracks are glowing, and you are waking. You have not come to learn this. You have come to remember. You are not the story. You are the listening.